Taking you on a quick walk through my permaculture gardening system to show you how I work with the natural environment and ecosystem to provide the most food sustainability for our prepared family. The first step in permaculture gardening is recognizing that weeds aren't necessarily enemies. In fact, sometimes they are food and they are medicine. So there needs to be space for them in the garden. So here's how I do it. Obviously, there's space for my cucumbers and my melons, squash, zucchini, tomatoes, onions, lettuce, asparagus, etc. Lamb's quarter is growing throughout my garden. It grows very nicely right alongside your tomatoes. No need to pull those out. An area of my garden seems pretty weedy, but it's designated for onions and leeks. There's room in there for the lady's thumb. There's also room for some additional lamb's quarters. Even let the yellow wood sorrel grow right alongside my onions and leeks. Occasionally go through and carefully pull the grasses that are closest to the leeks and the onions and leave the desirable edible weeds alone. Obviously, the ragweed and the Canadian thistles are gonna go, but I'm gonna leave that beautiful lady's thumb because it's delicious eaten just like spinach. Plantain is always allowed to grow in my permaculture garden. In fact, here, I'm letting these go to seed, and we're going to collect the seeds for sprouting. Any strong permaculture garden system should have a compost bin. Herbs like oregano, thyme, and mints grow really nicely together. In this case, I'll remove this lamb's quarter because it's crowding my thyme. No pun intended. In your permaculture system, select your edibles wisely. These black bindweed just choke everything out, but they are edible. Creeping Charlie has a space. Or of the lady's thumb. Goldenrod and aster grow nicely with my Virginia spiderwort. Of course, there's always room for the milkweed. The purple coneflower and the hostas are both beneficial, edible, and beautiful. Jump seed and golden seal are a nice touch to any herbal garden. Wild carrot, Asiatic dayflower. You'll want room in your garden for your medicinals, such as this wonderful mullein. Our straw that had a previous use as weatherproofing for use throughout the garden. Hibiscus, grapes, and apple trees. Peonies make wonderful tea. Both Dame's Rocket and Common Dock are very useful plants. Fortunate to have several mulberries in the yard. Asparagus is an excellent choice, and I have some transplanted wild asparagus. All growing in my backyard.